Hey guys, this is Logic, and I'm here bringing you new Vainglory gameplay. This is a MOBA that I've been playing recently and I've really liked it. So I'm going to be playing on an account called Anubis. This is the name that I use when I play on my mobile device. So I'm going Weapon Power Kestrel. She's a ranged character that has a lot of skill shots. As you can see, I have the new Sylvan Kestrel skin. I really like her because of her mobility and especially her B skill, the active camo. It helps me reset and actually win some team fights. So this is going to be a gameplay review. I've recorded this a few days ago. I've been actually actively playing Kestrel once in a while. So as you can see, this is a really beautiful map. This is a summer update. So I'm playing with a Finn here. And a Scarf lane. So the Scarf is going to go Crystal Power, and the Finn is going to be my support slash tank. So here I am taking our fronts. We're going up against a Vox, a Glaive, and I can't remember what the last roam is. But we're going to be really weak early game because Scarf and Kestrel are pretty squishy, so we're just going to farm up around here. I'm going Weapon Power, so that means my basic attack damage is going to be higher as I buy more items. I typically like to go Weapon Power only because she does a lot more damage and because of the stuns. Alright, so here we are at shop, rotating down, picking up some boots and another weapon blade to help me scale my damage. I'm going to be periodically checking up on Scarf, just making sure that he's not getting ganked. Scarf seems to be a little low, but that's because of Vox's resonance damage. It seems pretty good this meta. It's carefully eating away at Scarf's health, which is a dangerous thing. So we're just going to be keeping tabs on that Scarf as we continue to farm up in the jungle. So if some of you guys are unfamiliar with the way Vainglory works, it's a lot like League, except it's a one lane, one jungle style of play. Like any other MOBA, there are turrets lining the lane, and you have to push your minion to turrets in order to take out the turrets and all the way to the Vein Crystal. Alright, so here we signaled for an engage, and I was able to get some skill shots off that Fox, but he managed to escape, so we're just going to stay here a little bit and wait for him to come back, see if we can get the jump on him. So usually ganks work out as they do in League, except it's a 3v3, so there will be less large scale team fights. So here I am going down. The Finn's gonna stay up with the Scarf a little bit just to make sure there's no counter ganks. It looks like the Vox is going Crystal Power, which is really nasty for the resonance bounces, but we'll address that later. Alright, so here I'm experiencing a little lag, but don't worry, we'll get that sorted out quickly. The Finn's going to rotate up to Scarf just to make sure. So we saw the Arden a little bit in their mini-map, and so our Finn's going to be up there just to make sure that our Scarf will be okay. So let me know if you guys enjoyed these Vainglory gameplays. I hope to have them out a lot more this summer, even though summer is going to come to a close. But we'll try to get more gameplays out. Also, let me know what heroes you guys want me to play next. My account is kind of, I guess, in the mid-game level, so I don't have every single hero, but we'll be working toward getting every single hero. So here we are rotating down to the jungle shop. The jungle shop is one of the distinct differences from League and Vainglory, and so here we saw the Arden go up to the mini-map, on the mini-map go up to lane, so we can expect a gank soon. Here we are potting up just to make sure we stay topped off, and Scarf gets ganked. So I was going to go in, but I make sure I skill shot just to see I could scare them away. We catch the Arden, but they retreat, so we just disengage and go back to farming. So here we are clearing lane for Scarf, and then we're just gonna go return back to our jungle and get our farm. So for me, Kestrel, I usually like to stay on the back line just to make sure that I don't get focused, especially with Kestrel's low health pool. Other than that, if I do get caught in the middle, of an engage, I will active camo and try to stun my way out of things, because if you notice when I active camo, there's this little mist that comes up, and if I shot an arrow right through that mist and the enemy is right there, it'll give a nice stun and a large amount of damage. So here we are picking up an early defense just to fend off that glaive, just so I have a longer sustain. So Kestrel has a really high damage output, which is really good for me. Yeah, and there we see a flare on the bottom right corner, just so we're very aware that the enemy is in that area. I have my ult already, so I'm going to be periodically checking up on Vox just to make sure if he's low enough, I'm going to snipe. So this is a ranked match with one of our friends, in real life friends. And yeah, so Vox is half health, not quite enough for me to snipe. For the build I'm going with Kestrel, I am going Sorrow Blade and Tyrant's Monocle, which is the crit item and the heavy damage item. We spot Vox, so we're just going to go in for the engage. That might have been a mistake, but Scarf comes back down and rotates to make sure that we don't get caught out. Alright, so back to what I was saying about the build. I'm going to be going to crit Kestrel, which seems to be the meta build for Kestrel. And so I'm going to try sniping off Vox, but not quite. But if I had some more crit items, I would have been able to take out Vox. But yeah, crit Kestrel is nasty. So that's the build I will be going up for. Typically I like playing in the jungle. I'll rarely lane, but if I do have to lane, I'll lane with Vox or Kestrel. Also, if I do roam, I'll roam with the new character Lyra, because she seems to be pretty nasty when it comes to rank. So it looks like the Vox rotated back. So here we are just trying to scare the glaive away, because the glaive has a nasty afterburn that can be really bad for our laner. There it is. So he's gonna come out. We're gonna try to get out of it. I'm just staying there trying to skill shot, and Scarf cleans him up. Scarf is really low, and he's gonna kite back just to make sure the minions don't kill him. Alright, so that was a good engage. We got one of them. Here I tried to snipe Vox, and he gets the perfect Vanguard from Arden. So that sucks. But I think I'm gonna go rotate down to the jungle shop to get my Sorrow Blade. I think. Or I might just stay up here while Scarf rotates back. So I'm gonna kind of poke at Arden just to scare him back. And here I rotate down to pick up my Sorrow Blade, I'm pretty sure. Alright, and there's the Sorrow Blade, which is plus 150 weapon power, which will be really nice for my damage. That's my first core item. So now I'm going to work towards getting tier 2 booties and also my Tyrant's Monocle for crit. So Finn's a little out of place right now, but that's fine. We're just going to keep farming up. I'm going to check the scoreboard just to make sure that Glaive isn't getting too fed and we're on par with farm. So I have my ult up again, checking up on the Vox. And we're just going to go into the bush and wait and see what happens. So right now we're running a skill shot comp, which allows us to kite away from our enemies, which is really good when it comes to melee characters like Vox. So here I run into all three of them, which is my mistake. I get caught in the gauntlet, and here I try to get away. Finn saves me, and I shouldn't have gone back in, but I go back in and I get knocked down. So that's one mistakes that I make. I shouldn't have gone back in. I should have just kited back when I had the chance to and just disengage with our Finn down. So now it was a 2-0 exchange actually, and so now they're gonna go take this turret, and our Scarf is going to have to do what he can. So right now I tell the Scarf, go ahead and clear lane, try to scare them off the turret. Don't worry about hitting them because it won't do anything. And we clear the minions, and Arden's taking a lot of turret damage, but they managed to take the turret. So we're one turret down, and the enemy still has all their turrets up. So that was a really bad engage, and right now I was thinking oh no, this might be a bad match. But it turned out to be a better match than expected.
Mediocre.
So here we are trying to farm back up. As you saw, I was creating 306, which is really good right now. I think I am out leveling the other team, sort of. And we just picked up our tier 2 booties. So the tier 2 booties are really good because they actually increase your movement speed substantially and allows you to rotate faster. So usually I'll put in all my points into my A ability, which is the Glimmer Shot, and then I'll put 1 point in active camo and then upgrade as needed. So most of my points will go into my A ability and my ult, and then the remaining ability points will go into my B. So here I'm poking at the Arden, just poking since we have vision, and I get out of the vision of the flare, wait for the flare to detonate, and then I go back up into the bush, I think. Yep. Alright, so I don't know what that glaive was doing. He tried to afterburn, so I stunned him, tried doing my damage. I should have gotten a reflex block, but I haven't gotten around to it, so I kite back and snipe. Our scarf goes down and our thing goes down. They tried to chase. Here I'm trying to run back and I activate my active camo because Kestrel can't activate her camo if she's taking damage, so I try to try to escape so I can use my camo. So here I think they're going to go for gold mine, but I try to poke at Vox, maybe draw them out, but they are going for gold mine, so I come down, maybe see if I can do some damage, and I run to the Vox again. So obviously Vox isn't going to 1v1 me, so he's so low, and I run to the bush and I see the glaive. Alright, so here I am running away. Thank God my team is here. I think that glaive was lagging a little bit, but here's where they make the mistake. They're split now, and so we chase the Arden. So right here our Scarf is pretty on point with his skill shots, and I'm just trying to chase. Doesn't look like my skill shot's on point. The Finn gives a good drag, and there's my first kill. So we're 1-1-1 with 17 minion kills at around 12 minutes, which should be a little bit better considering how much damage output Kestrel has, but here we are taking the minion mine. So that was a 2-0 trade, 2-0 trade on that, and now we're just going to go back and shop. So here I think that I have enough of Tyrant's Monocle, but as it turns out I'm missing some parts of it, so I'll have to purchase that up. Well, we'll get that in a sec. So after we shop, they start mini mine, so we're just gonna go back to farming though. So I like Kestrel a lot because of her passive ability, which is called Adrenaline. After a while, she stacks up her attack speed up to 5 max, and then it becomes really easy to stutter step and kill her. And here we are rotating back up to lane. I have enough for the Tyrant's Monocle, but I don't think I'm going to go get that right now. We're just going to wait a little bit and protect our Scarf. Here we are, just staying close, seeing what we can do up for lane. We flare them out, they're in that bush, so we know an engage is coming, but we might just be a little scared right now. So here I rotating down to shop. I can go pick up my Tyrant's Monocle and we see them, and we're going for an engage. So Ardent Gauntlets, and I get caught in it, knocked back out, and then they chase the Scarf, so I'm able to get out of the way, and I stun the glaive, and he's pretty much done for. So here we are chasing, I go ahead and try to snipe the Vox, but Arden gets caught in it, so we'll chase the Arden, and the Scarf peels away and chases the Vox. So the Vox comes through our flare, which I don't know why he did. He could just port it back, but we'll get him right about now. And the Scarf steals the kill. But that's the first ace, so I'm going to go up and clear a lane. Scarf goes ahead and clears our farm, and Finn gets the regen front of the enemy. So ace buff minions are taking out the turret, and here I am helping out. And right now I'm communicating with the Scarf, seeing if I should push another one. But then we see that the glaive is up, so we fall back. and return to farming, I think. Alright, so now we're just waiting around, seeing what will happen, seeing if they'll push.
Gold mine is almost full.
I check on the Vox, but the Vox isn't there because we have no more vision, so I'll just return back to our side of the jungle. Let's see, wait for an engage.
I don't mind when people turn their backs on me.
Right. So now we flare out that bush so it can move down. Kraken is up. Kraken is basically a third teammate if you can capture it. It'll help us become a tank, so it'll push turrets for us. So here we are, we were shopping, working towards a bone saw, but here we flare them out, and here comes an engage. I get gauntleted and afterburn, and I manage to do as much damage as I can, but they do a good crucible and fountain. And right now, I just signaled them that we should disengage right now because this is a bad fight. We're going to lose, so we back out, and they're going to just pick up, I think, yeah, just Scarf, and then the Finn is going to try drag the turret, but then he just turret hugs. So that was a bad engage. I shouldn't have engaged when I did. We should have just backed out, and knowing that that'll happen. I really need to pick up a reflex block, but I'm just going straight damage right now. So right now I snipe the Vox and I get him. So there goes all the laughing pings. Yeah, that was actually a pretty lucky snipe because I lost vision on him and he was regenning. So right now we're clearing lane, but then we notice that Kraken could be up and they could possibly be taking Kraken, so we both go and rotate down towards Kraken. But we were lucky that they weren't going for Kraken, so we just returned to farming and we start to clear lane. So right now we flare out the Ardent and we kind of think an engage is coming, so I pick up my Atlas Pauldron for the glaive, which will slow down his attack speed. And then they flare us out, so I'll move out of the boundaries of the flare and move back into the bushes, and we'll just wait and see what will happen. So the Scarf picks up an infusion, which is good, and we're just waiting for that engage. So we see Vox up there, and maybe we can make something happen. So we both rotate up. We avoid that center bush. Oh, no, I don't avoid it. So normally you would want to go around that bush just in case the enemy might be there so you can avoid a gank. But right now we have no clue where the enemy is. Oh, the Vox gets caught out, and so I managed to stun him, do all the damage I can, and now the Vox is split, and I'm taking a lot of damage, so I try to run out of the way. I stun. Alright, and then that Vox comes out to chase me, which I don't know why, so I just pick him up, and then we go after the glaive, which is, the glaive comes really close to getting that Scarf, and now this has turned to a 3v1, and it's over. I tried to pick that up, but the Scarf does that for us, and so now we're going to go to Kraken, and Scarf is going to push lane. So that was a really good fight. We managed to split them, and the Vox was pretty low, and I don't know why he chased me, but we were able to clean that fight up. So right now I'm waiting for my arrows to reload, and Scarf successfully pushes lane and falls back to help us with Kraken. Right after this, I think I'm going to go back to shop, pick up an infusion. So right now I'm going to go pick up an infusion, and I look at final fight. I could pick up the bone saw, but then I realized that this is prime time for the Ardent to gauntlet us, so I just go back and sell one of my items and pick up a reflex block to be sure I can walk out of the gauntlet and kite back safely. So this is turning out to be a really good match. We're pushing Kraken, all three of us are hugging around the Kraken, and we're just waiting. And we see the glaive kind of is out of position, so the Scarf engages, and so that's where we think he's lagging, but we take advantage of it anyway. So we pull in the Ardent, there's the engage, and we split the Vox, and I pick up that kill, and I get caught in the gauntlet, but it's alright, we're just going to keep pushing. We keep pushing, they crucible, we're pushing turret. I managed to snipe the glaive, and I do 791, no crit, and that was a perfect like company to drag him back. The glaive is going to try to come out and stop us, but it's going to be a 3v1 and he's going to get very focused. I get really low towards the end, so I kite backwards, and the scarf picks it up. So right now it looks like it's gonna be end game. We're gonna wrap this up. The Finn fountains for us, and that is game. Alright, so that was a really good ranked match. Right now I am rock solid, which is tier 3, rock solid gold. That was a really good ranked match, so I'm going to give them all a thumbs up. And there is my build. So if you guys want to pause the video, you guys can. Make sure you guys leave a like, rating, and make sure you guys subscribe for more Vainglory. Thanks.